This is my body transformation, and as a business entrepreneur, I have been able to get in the best shape of my life all from home without sacrificing any time to go to the gym. In this video, I will tell you exactly how you can achieve the same. But first, let me tell you a little bit about my story. 2 years ago, I went on a trip and it changed my life forever. You see, I remember arriving at the hotel and it was the first time in my life that I truly experienced freedom. I had no one on top of me, no boss telling me what to do, and I completely fell in love with that experience. I could go to the ocean whenever I wanted. I could wake up whenever I wanted. I was the one deciding how my day went, and I completely wanted to be an entrepreneur after that experience. But you see, there was a massive problem. I was also out of shape. I was just getting no attention from women whatsoever. I couldn't even have a normal conversation with them. I was awkward. I was always feeling out of place. Whenever I would be in a social situation, I would feel like people were judging me. I would feel low confidence because I hated the way I looked. I hated my body and I hated myself. I was feeling worthless. I was feeling like I couldn't have a relationship because no woman would ever want me. I was feeling like I couldn't get any woman that I wanted. I couldn't get any friends because of the way I looked and because of the way I felt towards myself. I remember one day waking up, going in my washroom and just looking myself deep in the eyes, starting to beat myself because I hated myself and my body. I started to cry because I just hated my life. And that was a moment that it clicked for me. I needed to change. I needed to get in shape because I just couldn't live my whole life like this. The next day I woke up very motivated to go to the gym. I took the car, but as soon as I entered the doors, I told myself that I would never, ever go back to the gym. The reason was because it was packed with people. There was a line to go to the bench, the leg press. Every machine were used, and I just wasted hours out of my day. Hours that I wanted to focus on my business. So I completely canceled my membership. I bought everything I needed in order to work out at home, and I started to work out from home every single day. And truly, it was the best option by far for me because my two goals were met. First of all, I was able to get fit. My family, my friend started to treat me and see me as a whole new human being. I was now dating beautiful women, and my life just got 10 times better because I was able to get in shape, because I was able to get fit. My confidence went up. Whenever I see myself in the mirror, I don't see negative thoughts. I only have positive thoughts because I'm proud of the work that I've put on my body and of the results that it gets me in life. For the first time in my life, I started to respect myself and I started to live life. I want you to imagine this right now. Imagine your friend looking at you in disbelief as you enter with a tight shirt on your arm. Imagine your family, the respect they have for you now that you got in shape, because they know of the work that you put, because they know of the hard time that you've run through. Imagine seeing your dream woman and getting in a relationship with her because she's actually attracted to you. Now I want you to imagine yourself in front of the mirror, hyping yourself up, having positive thoughts in your mind because you know of the work that you've put, and just because you feel 10 times more confident, you feel amazing in this new body that you just built. In this video, I will tell you exactly how you can achieve all of that. First of all, what is needed in order to work out at home? When I first started to work out, I had no bench and my workout was simply not good. The reason was because I would do a bunch of weird exercise on the floor. I would try to do the bench press on the floor, but it simply didn't work. That is the first needed thing, is a bench. I also used to train without dumbbells, but my workout was simply not the best because I would do a bunch of bodyweight exercise like squat, push-up, leg raise, which are good exercise, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't push as hard as I wanted. And so I bought dumbbells and my workout were just 10 times better because now I could go to the maximum, I could go to failure, and I saw myself packing on muscle a lot faster. That is the second thing needed in order to work out at home, are dumbbells. When I was younger, I was weak. I couldn't even do one pull-up, and I was absolutely sick of that. I wanted to have better strength and I wanted to have a better body. So I started to make some research and I found out about the door frame pull-up bar. This piece of equipment changed my life forever because it allowed me to do the pull-up and the chin-up, which are two great exercise that allowed me to get fit and get in the best shape of my life. That is the third needed things in order to work out from home. But you see, there was a problem. My workout was simply not good, and the reason was because I thought that all my movements were perfect. I thought that my form was immaculate, but it was simply not the case. And the reason was because I had no way to review my movement. I had no way to make sure that I was working out correctly because I had no mirror. And so I bought a mirror and my workout was just 10 times better because now I could make sure that I was working out with the right form. That is the fourth needed things, and that is the beauty of working out at home. You don't need a bunch of equipment in order to get in the best shape of your life, in order to feel amazing in your body. Just real quick, if you are a busy entrepreneur, busy professional, and you want to get in the best shape of your life, but you don't have much time to work out, go click the link in the description right now, get my one-to-one coaching, and I will make sure that you achieve your goal. Imagine this, I was this skinny guy that was getting no attention from women whatsoever, that was getting no respect from men, and I didn't respect myself at all. I was absolutely sick of that. So I started to make some research and I found out about the V shape. This shape right here changed my life forever. And the reason was because it allowed me to attract the kind of woman that I wanted. It allowed me to get the respect from men, and I respected myself for the first time. I was having positive thoughts when I would see myself in front of the mirror. In order to target that shape, I focused on the back, the upper pec, the side delts, the neck, and the lower abs. Now let's talk about some exercise that I do every single day in order to target these parts of my body. For the back, since I first started to work out, I did the pull-up. And the reason was because I used to work with a colleague of mine that was very attractive. I had a huge crush on her and I wanted to make her my girlfriend. One day, I went to work with her and she told me that she liked big, massive back. And that was the moment that it clicked for me. I started to do the pull-up. But you see, after a month, it wasn't even about my colleague. It was just that I saw such a massive back transformation that I wanted to continue to do that exercise. That is the first thing that I do, is the pull-up. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of push-up, but I wasn't a fan of that exercise because it just focused on the lower part of my chest and it just gave me a saggy look that I didn't want at all. I wanted to have the masculine upper pec. So I started to make some research once again and I found out about the decline push-up. I would put my feet on a bench, on a chair, and then I would do the push-up, and it was perfect because it targeted the area that I wanted. That is one of my favorite exercise because it changed my body so much. That is the second thing that I do, is the decline push-up. But you see, there was a problem. I couldn't grow my shoulder. I would try a bunch of different exercises and nothing would work. Eventually, I went on a trip with one of my muscular friends and I just decided to ask him, how do you build massive shoulder? Mine won't grow. And guess what he told me? He told me that he wouldn't train them once a week like I was doing, but every single day. And so I tried it. I did the lateral raise every day, and for the first time in my life, my shoulder were growing. That is why I wanted to do the lateral raise every day. And that is the third exercise that I do every single day without rest, is the lateral raise. In high school, I used to be bullied by my own friend. And the reason was because I just looked weak. I was the easy target because I had a skinny neck and I just looked like the little boy. And I was sick of that. I wanted to look more masculine. I wanted to look like a man. So I started to make some research and I found out about the neck curls. I found out about the neck training. There's two ways that I started to do the neck curls. I did it laying on my back, where I would put the weight on the front of my head and it would target the front part of my neck. And I would also do it laying on my chest, where I would put the weight on the back of my head and it would target the back part of my neck. I did these two exercises and it changed my life forever because I looked more masculine. Men started to respect me more. I started to respect me more because I just looked more massive. I looked more like a man. That is the fourth exercise that I do. When I was younger, I saw all those men with great genetics talking to women effortlessly with confidence. But you see, I didn't have great genetics. I didn't have a six-pack and I was sick of that. I couldn't talk to women with confidence because I knew that they weren't attracted to me. So I started to make some research once again and I found out about six-pack abs workout guaranteed. I would try the 1 hour workout. I would look at my abs and I still didn't have the six-pack that I wanted. And the reason was because I was going about it the wrong way. What I started to do is train them 5-10 minutes every single day. And for the first time in my life, I had the six-pack. I had the abs that I wanted. I started to attract women. I started to attract the kind of women that I wanted. Now what I do are 50 leg raise and then 10 hanging leg raise. I do 2 sets or 2 series every single day. And let me tell you, if you do these 2 exercises in 2 months, you will have the six-pack. The reason why I do these 2 exercises is because it targets the lower part of my abs and that is the part to target in order to have the six-pack that I want. But you see, there was a massive problem. My workout was just far too long. My workout would last 2 hours and a half, and I was sick of that. I wanted to have quick, effective workout so that I could spend more time on my business. So what I did is, instead of doing 4 sets for every exercise, I went down to 2 sets of failure. And truly it was perfect because my workouts were fast, effective, I was packing on muscle, and I was able to focus on my business. But for a week straight, what I did in order to see my real failure is I went down to only 1 set, 1 series to see my failure, to see what I was truly capable of. And during that week, my brain bullied me to push harder because it knew that I only had 1 shot at this. Then I was able to see what I was truly capable of, and it was perfect because I was packing on muscle. As busy entrepreneurs, we need fast, effective workouts, and that is the way to achieve it. Another problem was that I was not consistent at all. I'd work out for a week and then I would stop for a month. And the reason was because I knew nothing about how to stay consistent until I read that book. The book is called Atomic Habits, and for the first time in my life, I discovered about techniques to stay consistent. I discovered about stacking habits. I'll give you an example. At 6 a.m. I wake up. From 6:30 to let's say 4:30, I work, I do my deep focused work. From 4:30 to 5, I eat, and then from 5 to 6, I work out. You see, I stacked working out on top of something that I do every single day, which is eating. And this allowed me to stay consistent. Think about your routine right now. How could you stack working out on top of that? And I promise, if you do this, you will just be far more consistent, because at least for me, it is far easier to continue doing something than it is to start doing something. So keep that in mind. But you see, there was another problem. My identity was not aligned with my goal. Whenever I would work out, I would swim upstream. My identity was pushing against my action and I couldn't reach my true potential. I knew that I needed to change that. So what I started to do is I started to put positive thoughts in my mind. I would tell myself, you are an athlete that is very constant. I would repeat that, and eventually my mind started to accept it. Then I would add proof to this by working out, and working out can just be 50 push-ups, by the way. It is enough to add proof to this identity, and my identity was rock solid. I could tell myself, you are an athlete that is very constant because yesterday you had a great workout. Then let me tell you what happened. My family, my friend started to see me as an athlete, and I worked out every single day without even thinking about it because it was just part of me. You must change your identity, because if you don't, you will always swim upstream and it will be hard to see your true potential. Something that helped me a lot was to stay motivated, because if I'm being honest with you, I absolutely love motivation. I love to be driven to do something, as we all do. So what I did in order to achieve that is I made a list of every single thing that would happen to me once I would get in the best shape of my life. The kind of woman that I would attract, the way men would treat me, the way I would look at myself in the mirror with pride and confidence. And let me tell you, every single time I did this, I had the motivation to work out. This is your action step right now. Put pause on this video, take a piece of paper and write every single thing that will happen to you once you get in the best shape of your life. Imagine yourself with your 10 out of 10 dream body on a beach with a 6-pack. Imagine how you feel. Imagine the way women look at you. And let me tell you, if you do this, you will have the motivation that you lack. I started to visualize specific moments in my life. For example, each year I go back to the father side of my family for Christmas. I'd visualize entering the door with a tight shirt on my arm, the way they would treat me and respect me. I would visualize walking down the street with pride and confidence, the way men would let me pass, the way women would look at me. And every single time that I did that, I would have the motivation that I needed to work out harder. Now let's talk about diet. When I was younger, I thought that it was impossible to eat healthy and tasty food. But you see, I was completely wrong, and this is the proof. This is a recipe that I cook every single day. It tastes amazing and it is very healthy. Later in the video, I will tell you a protein pancake that I do every single day, perfect for you entrepreneurs, so stay until there. One day I woke up and the first thing that I ate was red meat with avocados and a bit of olive oil. Later that day I started to work out and I just had the best workout ever. And the reason was because I ate high fat but good fat. And you see, the good fat is the base of the hormone of testosterone. That's why I pushed so hard on that workout. We want to eat good fat like nuts, red meat, avocados, olive oil, because it will make that hormone go higher. But you see, when I was younger, I used to eat a lot of bad fat, a lot of McDonald's, a lot of fast food. And the only thing that it did for me is that it made my insulin go up. Basically, insulin is the hormone of fat. It is the hormone that will make you gain fat, and that is not our goal at all. We do not eat McDonald's. We do not eat fast food because the whole industry is completely fucked, and it is basically poison food. It is toxic to put in our body. Whenever you eat that, you're acknowledging, okay, I'm accepting to eat shit food today. We do not eat that. Keep that in mind. But you see, there was another problem. I didn't eat enough protein at all. I would eat 3 eggs in a day, and I thought that it was enough. Then I would work out and I would just feel sore for 2, 3 days. And I always asked myself why. But the reason was because I didn't eat the right amount of protein. I would break the muscle whilst working out, but then I wouldn't repair it by eating enough protein. So what I started to do is eat 10 eggs a day. I started to eat meat every single day. And for the first time, I was packing on muscle. I wasn't sore, and my workouts were just a lot better. Ideally, you want to eat 0.82 grams per pound of body weight. But if you eat 10 eggs a day, if you eat meat every single day, you will be on the right amount of protein. That is my promise. Now let's talk about the pancake recipe that I do every day. So it is 1 banana, 3 eggs and a half cup of oats. I put that in the blender, I blend everything. Then what I do is I put a little bit of butter in a frying pan. I put the mixture in the frying pan. I let it cook for about 2-3 minutes. I turn it around and it just tastes amazing. It is fast, effective, high protein, very healthy, perfect for you as an entrepreneur. Put a little bit of peanut butter and I promise you will love it. This is my body transformation, and I just want to show this picture because now that I'm in that shape, I can attract the kind of woman that I want. I just feel 10 times better in my day-to-day life. Men respect me and I respect myself a lot more. Once again, it is good to have all the money in the world, but if you're not in shape, you're not living your best life. If you're a best entrepreneur, a best professional, and you won't get in shape, but you don't have much time to work out, go click the link in the description right now. I have the perfect thing for you. I will see you there, and I wish you a good day.